What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out my channel, watching the video. Today we're talking about biscuits. So biscuits. In the South, that is a tradition. How you make biscuits, what kind of biscuits you have. We grew up on puffy, tall biscuits. My mom called them short. They're really tall, they're really puffy. They have a lot of layers and shortening in it. My father's mom grew up with, they're kind of hard biscuits. They're more of like a dinner roll almost. And there's a funny story. One time, my mom got mad at my dad because my dad actually said the words, you know, I like my mom's biscuits better than yours. It didn't go over well with my mom. But anyway, we grew up with my mom's biscuits, which are the tall, fluffy biscuits. So what's a biscuit? If in England or in Europe, biscuits tend to be more of a cookie, as we think in US. They're a hard, crunchy type of treat. In the US, however, a biscuit is almost a bread, like a scone. It's a raised piece of dough. And we eat them in the South. If you've ever been to Popeyes, Popeyes got great biscuits. So does Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has really good biscuits. But anyway, I digress. This is my biscuit that my mom makes. Or my mom made. It's made with buttermilk, Crisco shortening, butter flavored. It's delicious. You guys give it a try. Tell me what you think. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my new subscribers. I'm so glad you guys are on board. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down below. I've never officially said my name. I say Mike all the time, but I am Tom, actually Thomas, but I go by Tom. It's good to have you all with us. All right, guys, we have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, not the self-rising. You want all-purpose flour. Into that, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. And what I do is whisk that up. You could sift this together if you want to. I don't think it's really necessary. If you whisk it a few times, it'll incorporate. Now into this, we're gonna add 6 tablespoons. You can use butter, but I actually like Crisco shortening. You can use plain old Crisco if you want to, but I like Crisco shortening. So I actually have 6 tablespoons right here, and I like the flavor the butter gives to the biscuits. So dump that in. Now we're gonna use a pastry cutter, which this is what this is. You could use your hands and mix it together, but we don't wanna melt the shortening. We wanna keep it cold. I actually store mine in the refrigerator. So the way I do it is I flip a little flour on there to kind of, so the stuff won't stick to this, which it will anyway, and you just want to start cutting it like this. You could probably do this with a fork, your hands, but these things are pretty cheap. You can buy them at the Walmart. The reason I say the Walmart is I had an aunt, and that's what she would call it, is the Walmart, rather than just saying Walmart. And so I'm stuck to saying the Walmart. So you want to mix this together. Until you have your shortening is cut to the size of, it looks like rice almost. You don't want to pulverize it. So I don't like doing that in a food processor or anything like that, because you want those chunks of shortening to create layers or flakes in your biscuits. All right. That's that section. To this, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. And depending on the humidity in the day, you may need a little more, but you'll know once you mix it together. Now with this, I just use a fork to get the dough moistened. That's about all we want to do. Let's just kind of squish it together. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, inside there you can still see flakes of like the shortening, etc. All right. We're going to clear our station and get ready to roll it out. We're going to take some bench flour, which bench flour is just flour, and they call it bench flour because you put it on the bench. You'll hear them on TV talking about bench flour, but that's what it is, just flour. All right. Kind of break this free from the bowl, and you're just going to put this right out into your bench flour. Okay. Put a little flour in your hands, like that. We just want to push it together. We're not going to knead this. We don't want to work the gluten and get the gluten structure going. We just want to push it together, just like that. Okay. Now, you can either use a rolling pin or press it out with your hand. This only makes a few biscuits, so we're just going to press it out with our hands, just like that. And I'll do it to about 1/2 inch thick. All right, now with our biscuit cutter, you can use a biscuit cutter, you can use a tuna can with both ends cut off, anything like that, just round. You're gonna cut your biscuits out. And I set them to the side. And like I said, this only makes about 4 biscuits. You just scale it if you want more. Okay. And this one is our cat head. All right, so we actually made 5. Now for the pan, I just use the, I'm cooking it in the Ninja, but if you use a baking sheet or something like that, I just put a piece of parchment down and lay your biscuits. I like them to touch, actually. I don't know why, but I kind of want them really close, so once they rise, they're gonna touch. All right. Now I just set that aside and clean up my bench. This, guys, is worth every penny. It's a bench scraper. It makes cleanup so much easier. All right. All right, before these go in the oven with melted butter, you could definitely use, if you had butter flavored Pam or something, I'd squirt the top, but I don't have that, so I'm just gonna brush the top with butter. This helps them brown and be real pretty. All right, now it's time for the oven. Like I said, I'm using the Ninja, but you could use a regular oven, just set it to 425. For about 12 minutes. I'm gonna actually set it for 15, I just keep an eye on it. Hit start, let it preheat for about a minute. It's close, we're gonna go ahead and stick them in and let them cook for about 15 minutes. All right, the oven has gone off. We're gonna take our biscuits out, nice. We'll take them over to the counter and put some butter on top. All right. I just kind of lightly brush it with butter. I don't want it greasy. All right, guys, we're gonna taste one of our biscuits. You can put butter on them, whatever you want to, butter with honey or butter with jelly or something like that. So flaky and delicate. The steam coming out. Yes, indeed. You can smell the buttermilk in it. And that Crisco butter flavored shortening makes all the difference in the world. So good. Give it a try, you guys. Tell me what you think. Enjoy.